And I've got a sneeze. Welcome back to the Pokemon GO Podcast. As that whole song is building, this sneeze is building. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to sneeze this thing out or are we going to do this live on the show? And apparently the answer is neither, which is so frustrating. It's good to have Dennis back again this week without the Magikarp hat. So welcome back, man. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Now I want to definitely say thanks to Dennis for being on last week. I'm Rock God of Podcasting, and back this week, feeling more of himself, and honestly didn't want to put me through the rocking in the shower torture of looking at a Magikarp and having flashbacks. Joe R.
You probably would have gotten Phil to come on, and that would have been its own headache.
Yeah. I love you, Phil, but yeah. I don't know that I can trust you to keep the F-bombs. Keep my F-bombs out your mouth. So I don't know if you could do that. But
you never know what kind of flow you're going to get with Phil. Like you said, love the guy. He's awesome and everything, but he's a little chaotic.
Well, now there you put yourself up to a bunch of D&D jokes and lawsuits.
Botch Podcast is here.
Yeah.
Anything for my CEO, a chief exposure officer.
Oh, wow. Now he's on last week, so we're going to see him show up once or twice, and then he'll fade again. It's okay. It's all right. But thanks, Dennis, definitely for being on last week. And this is not what I'm looking for, is it? Nope, that's not it. Where's the one? This is it. All right, so make sure I had it handy. Just because we invoked the name of Phil way too much, I'm afraid that we're gonna have to pray ourselves clean. So I've got my button ready to go.
It's like Beetlejuice. Say it 3 times and you summon him.
You never know. But we've got some speak pipes tonight. I'm very excited about that. Looks like somebody set some alarms and got some stuff done. We got a Joseph_R back again tonight. I'm excited about that. That's definitely, I miss it when you're gone, man. And then we ended up talking, Monday or Tuesday of this week.
Mm-hmm.
I asked for some help, so we ended up doing like a little mini show together, just on our
own. With the Discord that you're setting up for your EMS stuff.
It's going well so far. It's going well. People are moving over. I've built some rooms. Things are going well there. This weekend, I'm planning on doing some Dragon Con work and getting that stuff done. Not done. It's never done, but you know what I'm saying. Move that rock forward.
Yeah, I should probably start looking for a place to stay.
Joseph, no, you really shouldn't. You're fired at this point because you have nowhere to stay. I can't. You drive me crazy waiting to the last minute. Why do you do that?
Mostly because I forget. It's
September of every year.
No, I know. And then compare that to the year 2020. I had my stuff locked down in January.
Yes.
It was a great deal, great location, everything. COVID. Oh, it was my fault. I found the unicorn Airbnb listing, and the universe was like, "We can't have that."
It was a block away from the Hilton, and it was like $150.
It was going to be $120 per person for the entire weekend, and there was going to be 4 of us there, and it was a block away.
It was literally a block away. I remember you looking at it. Yeah.
Man, it was gonna be
like
good.
Worker B condo where Scott and Mike and you were gonna say,
and it was a super host, and so it was just like, I'm never gonna find something that good again. Like this last year, I kept looking, and I was like, I was holding out for the unicorn, and I just couldn't. I waited way too long.
Out, man, you gotta get something now and keep looking. You can keep looking because you can cancel and this and that possibly. Not everybody lets you cancel, but be careful. But that's speaking of Dragon Con and COVID and horrible things that happen in this world. I didn't think it was possible, Joe, but there's something way worse than COVID hitting us right now. Dirty hippie everything. Cheesy, crazy. Not only you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it here in a second, live on the stream. But not only dirty hippie everything that I have to look at it. And I was like, they made it a thing where I'm supposed to catch a dirty hippie Chansey, and I'm not that interested. But then in her own Discord, patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Then in our Discord, for the experiences of the week, I kept getting notified when somebody thought a dirty hippie Eevee. And it's just, I do appreciate that you care enough to dig in, but that's all I gotta say.
I was loving it. I was loving it this past week. People just pinging you left and right. And most of those, it wasn't just dirty hippies. It was hundos. Hundo dirty hippie, yes. Or shiny dirty hippies.
Shiny. I still don't know that song. I recorded it, but then I didn't edit it and get it put on.
The whole hippie community. Oh, man. Love it.
You know what, Dennis? You're fired. Dennis says, if I catch a hundo, I'm naming it Charles. It's so sad. Breaking Dragon Con news. Botched will not be at Dragon Con this year. They couldn't make it.
Oh, shucks. I was going to talk to Dennis later and see if maybe I could stay with the Botched boys again.
That's in a post-COVID world, they'd rather get junk. What am I saying? Drunk and diseased, but not COVID diseased. So, all right, Joe, enough of our shenanigans. What
did you remember that this is the Pokemon Go podcast?
Did you remember this is the Pokemon Mr. Unicorn Airbnb story?
It really wasn't a unicorn. So in the past 2 weeks, I caught my Apex ho-oh finally. I mean, there's people I'm sure that are now listening. They're like, man, Joe, that took you forever. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I got it. And the IVs on it aren't half bad. So it's 11, 15, 15. And yeah, pretty good stuff. Indeed. So I caught that guy. I got myself a shiny Alolan Marowak. The Flame Baton Twirler. And I got myself a Tapu Bulu.
You know what? Forget that bull.
Forget that Bulu.
I have had so much trouble with him. 2 invites. 2 that I've made. I mean, maybe more than that, but 2 invites that I made. And the first one, get in the lobby, scan down, do what I do. You know, that's when I take my opportunity to go, oh, I need to sit here while it counts down and get ready to fight. Let's go ahead and resurrect all my faded Pokemon, and let's go ahead and heal them up. Just, because why not? And I did that, and it's counting down. Then back in the lobby, 3, 2, 1. Game crashes. Got kicked out. And you're supposed to be able to go right back in, right? I was in the invite. I got pulled. Nope, nothing's there. Couldn't do anything. It just something went wrong.
Was it a remote raid, I assume?
Yes.
So if the lobby itself timed out, then you can't get back in. So probably what happened is they invited you when the lobby was about to time out.
No. I was in the lobby. That's what you're missing. I was in the lobby.
No, but you got kicked out of the lobby, right?
Right as it was transitioning into the battle.
And so the I'm not talking about the lobby timing out. I'm talking about the raid itself. So if you're
I have no idea.
Yeah, so if you're in the lobby, it will start the raid as normal. But if the raid it'll let you continue, it'll let you catch it assuming you don't have any issues. But if the raid itself times out while you're either doing the raid or in the lobby that was created, then if you get kicked, you can't get back in. And that's a big glitch that Niantic really ought to fix, because it ends up burning people, burning their resources, their remote raid passes and whatnot, when they really don't need to be.
Do you burn the raid pass if you don't do damage?
Supposedly not.
I didn't check.
Honestly. Yeah, I haven't tested it, but I remember hearing that if you don't do any damage, then it doesn't actually consume a raid pass. So.
Right. That's what I remember hearing as well. And then the second one was my fault. So I got invited by Paul Puck.
Oh, good old Paul Puck.
Of the famous Puckles, and who very much has supported this show and have the the Paul Puckles edition of the gotcha. You know, actually, no, I think I bought the gotcha, but you know what I mean. He said the little stuff. I lost that joke, Paul. I'm so sorry.
No,
But
he's just a stellar guy in general. Period.
he's such a good guy.
So random tangent, real quick, before I forget. I didn't know that you could miss when trying to feed your Pokemon a berry. I literally just missed. I was like, I didn't even know that was possible. Anyway, so you got an invite from Paul Puck.
So I got an invite. I got in. We did the raid. Cool, because I focused on the raid, but I had to do something else with my family or whatever. I was talking to somebody, I don't remember. But I did the raid, right? We beat it, and it's sitting there ready for me to try to catch it. And I'm sitting with my daughter talking to me, so I'm trying to do that. I scroll, I did my slide up on my phone and pulled up whatever else she was asking me to do. Did that, and then somebody else asked me something, so I'm trying to do something else. And out of habit, because I just clear off my screens, I close the app. Yeah, close all my apps. Oh crap! And I was on the catch screen, right? Went back in, it's still there. Hit it. It took me to Paul's gym, and I could see the stupid Pokemon in the gym, and I could not feed them. It says get closer and interact, but it still had me connected. But I could not trigger getting the bull.
Yeah, that glitch is annoying too, where it takes you to the gym interface instead of the raid interface.
Yeah. So that was my fault. And I'm very, very frustrated with that. That was mine.
Oh, look, there's a shadow on my screen. It's a flower crown Togepi or Togetic. I gotta go. Bye.
Lord Jesus, help this boy and his heathen sinning ways. We might have to bring the wrath of Arceus down with the rod on him. Take me to church. And see, I thought I was going to use that for Phil first. Shame on you. But I'm gonna, while we read through the experiences of the weeks, I'm going to go ahead and get my game open and look. See what positive I had. And the positives were definitely I got invited, got in. One was a glitch. It's a thing, whatever, or it's timed out. I don't know what kicked me out. But the other one was my fault, and it's still a glitch for not being able to get back in. But I don't blame the game on that one. I was like, I can't believe I closed that stupid screen while I was sitting there ready to catch this thing. Tugas Throws 27 says, well, I didn't end up participating in community or spotlight hour much at all this week. At least I caught this one in a raid. First try too, and he got a Tapu Bulu. Good for you.
Tapu Bulu.
King of the Shinies, my man Nolte. 41 Shinies for the Mudkip. I thought it was the mudkip.com day. I was like, wait, there's a mudkip.com? Community day.
There probably is a mudkip.com website. Now I'm curious to see what's there.
Okay. Real moment. Dennis did your job. Didn't do it as well as you do, but he did your job. And it reminded me that the Mudkip Community Day was coming up as of last recording this weekend. And you really need to get what you can get out of it. Guess who fully forgot until this second.
I didn't text you, so I'm assuming you forgot.
I 1,000% forgot. I could have done it. I was available. I didn't do it out of spite or screw this game. I just blanked until right now, seeing the shinies come in from Nolte.
Yeah, I saw the shinies from Nolte earlier, and I was like, oh. Yeah.
I didn't go back far enough. Oh, that's because, sorry, I jumped ahead. I didn't go back far enough because people have been tagging me this week.
Yeah. I thought about community. I blanked on this community day too. That's why you didn't get a text. I was like, oh, I've got nothing going on. And my mind is focused on this next community day because you're going to be coming up here. And so my wife and I, it's actually going to be a really busy day for our household, but we've been planning around it to make sure that I'm available for community day and afterwards.
If you need to do stuff with your family, I get it.
No, we've worked it out. We're good.
Cool. Awesome.
Gotta get our slushie on.
Yeah. Joseph.
It's the
slushy.
It's the Slurpee Community Day.
Thank you. All right now. Okay, so we covered the stuff that couldn't be real. We did talk about that. Kids and knives. All right, so we're on Terry times 3. He got him. No, I did talk about that too. A shiny. That was a shiny Judge Drudge. I know I talked about that one. Posty one.
Back
King of the
it up.
shiny. So, okay, here we go. Terry got a 98% Shadow Ralts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Good. Kittens and Knives.
That's not
hatched.
a 98%. He's a liar. That's 96.
You get him, Joe. Don't you start claiming stolen valor, Terry. Stolen valor. 2%, man. Come on.
Well, he is Valor, so just saying.
All right, well, I got you back, Terry. You got it right. Kittens and Knives that just hatched a Bonsley.
Shiny Bonsley.
Yeah, and almost a Honda. That's a pretty high up there, Bonsley.
Yeah, it looks to be 13, 14, 14. Pretty good stuff indeed. From the Netherlands.
Then Nolte led the charge with the Dirty Hippie Eevee. That's a hundo.
Oh yeah.
And then I took that picture of me just like
the grumpy Charles.
Yep. Yeah, that was me going no. And then Ruip came up right behind him and got a this is a 0%er.
I wonder, I'm guessing that this Ruip is Tugus Rose. That's my guess. I could be wrong.
No, Tugus. Well, because Tugus is unless we got 2 logins.
Oh, you're right.
Tugus is right below. It doesn't matter. It's a 0% attack. 0 IV.
0% IV.
But it's a dirty hippie Pikachu.
Dirty hippie Pikachu named.
I don't know. I'm moving on. Tugus
named
Charles. Yeah, like everybody. Tugus. Okay, so I did talk about that. He got the Tapu Bulu.
And Devocite is typing right now, live.
Yeah, live, yep. Devocite. Man, all these Chanseys, all these dirty hippie Chanseys, all the hippies. You know, I
just sorting by event.
This is great. By the way, that's pretty cool. Sorting my events a pretty cool thing to do. Hippie, this is a comment that Devo made. Hippie Eevee and his flower kraut friends.
Flower kraut?
Yeah, 2 lovely mudkips. Painful.
So does that mean Eevee goes on a hot dog? On a Polish sausage?
If I get my hands on another stupid dirty hippie Eevee, it will absolutely be ground up into sausage. At me, bro. Come at me.
The dirty hippie sausage.
Let's see. Pokemon. Let me do an age here. The dirty hippie sausage. You just made Phil hungry.
Gotta get that sauerkraut.
I did actually. I don't have a good age scan because I did actually go through and just candy a whole bunch of stuff recently that I had caught. Nothing massive. I got an Emolga. At some point, let's see, went on 4-3. So I think I probably already talked about that.
I think in honor of the day after a holiday where all the candy is 50% off, every day after a holiday, Niantic just needs to double the candies you get from transferring.
Yeah, man. That's a great idea right there. That's a fantastic idea right there, Joe. For one day only, for 3 hours. You know, anything that you do to get candy, it doubles. So, I love it. That's cool. All right, so we had a discussion. This is from Tugus Rose, I do believe. What Pokemon would you own in the real world and why?
I mean, Growlithe.
And why?
I mean, he's a fire puppy. He's adorable.
Yeah, he has fire poops on your carpet. Good luck holding his nose in it. Now
you're just sounding like the Pokédexpert when they were talking about why am I blanking on his name?
Slugma, was it?
Slugma. Yep, it is Slugma. And then when they were talking about Slugma at Dragon Con, because they were talking about how he'd burn down your house if it was made of wood.
Are we wrong?
So here's the thing. With any dog, it's not the dog, it's the owner. They have to be trained properly. Pit bulls are very loving. They just have to be trained.
We're talking about dogs who take flaming poops in your house.
They shoot fire out of their face, not their butt.
I don't know. I kind of like Ditto, just because I'm like, hey, my wife needs me to do something. You have at it, Ditto. Just turn it to me and go take care of it. Take the trash out. Because I was going to go with Trubbish because they could take themselves out, but really, Ditto could do everything. That's where I would go.
Oh yeah, and then I mean, there's plenty of Pokemon that have like healing abilities too, which would be neat IRL. You can make a lot of money off of selling those cure-alls.
The elixirs of health? Is that where you're trying to spin on us, Mormon? Is that
well, I mean, so there's Chansey's egg is supposed to have really great properties. Oh,
you're gonna eat Chansey baby so you can have better hair follicles.
It's in the
monster.
It's in the Pokedex that says that they're delicious. What are you talking? Or there's Shuckle. Shuckle makes the berry juice or whatever out of.
I'll be honest though.
You can harvest berry juice from Shuckles.
We gotta get out of this. How is that you bring us into that dark territory?
And
not me.
Here we've got Dennis in the chat. Just get a Meowth and have him use the payday move over and over for free money. I mean, he's not wrong. Even in the games, you can do that. You can get a Meowth and have him use payday, and after the battle's over, you pick up some coins from it. So,
I think Kyurem would be my jam. Just kind of dragon-esque, sitting in the back, in my backyard, just sleeping most of the time. Goes out and eats a random sheep here and there. I don't know. They're not my sheep. I don't care. And, but then when somebody starts, AT&T goes, hey, can we talk to you about? Nope. Get him, boy. And then this big old monster comes over the roof of my house and gone. That's how I do it.
I don't know. The lawnmower Rotom would be pretty nice. Then I wouldn't have to go out there and do my yard work.
You have a 3-year-old. Why are you still cutting your grass, Joe? Come on, man. This is the South. Do right, buddy. Do right.
He pushes the little plastic one.
Look, Mr. Tambourine, am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I mean, by 4 at the latest, they should be out there doing some kind of manual labor. Come on, man.
All right. So now that you and I have talked to death about it, what did our listeners actually say?
Seeing as I didn't think to put it on Reddit, we don't have that off of Reddit right now, but it was in the show, and we got 2 people off of Spotify, and I love that we're getting new people off of Spotify. So that is very cool. Strauss Thomas 80 says, "Hi guys, I'm new to the community and would appreciate a basic guide for beginners. Also, Bulbasaur would be my buddy in the real world. Why, you may ask? Because the homie always there when you need him." That's the best reason. That is the best reason to keep a Pokemon around.
And Bulbasaur is considered one of the most loyal Pokemon in the anime. So yeah, I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
So let's give them a quick and dirty rundown for beginners to the community. Do as many community days as you can, right? Because that will build up your candies and your stockpile of Pokemon fairly quickly. What else, Joe? What's a good beginner?
There's no wrong way to play it. Don't listen to anybody. There's no wrong way to play Pokemon Go. As long as you're having fun, do it. Like if you want to be super optimal, you'll need to do the research. But ultimately, it's a game. Have fun with it. Collect them all.
Get the ones you love, buddy them up. Do what you want. And play it your way. But I think that's key is don't stress the PvP until you're ready for it. Don't stress the raids. Don't stress at all. Just go and collect. And the best ways to do it is definitely in the community days where there's a rise in all Pokemon in the area, but especially that community day Pokemon.
Yeah. And add friends. Because especially early game, you're probably hurting for items. Add friends. Put your friend code out on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Get friends in the game and send them gifts and open gifts from them to maintain your stash of items.
Hey, does the evolve trick still work for lower level players?
I mean, technically yes, but it's not worth it these days. So what you want to do if you want to level up quickly is you want to prime a bunch of friend advancements, and so get them ready.
That's
so
hard.
that they're just 1 day away, and then once those are primed, kick off a lucky egg and just do a bunch of friend advancements all at the same time, and you can hit level 40 super fast doing that.
I that's hard. I'm not gonna put that much work. So if you want to put in less work, and have not as good results, it really isn't not as good results. But it's the evolve trick where you save 30 to 40, even up to 80 Pokemon that are ready to evolve. Anything. Pidgeys were the king in my day because they were everywhere.
Back in my day.
Because
they only take 12 candy to evolve.
Right, and you had 2 levels of evolution. So even if you miscounted somehow and you burn through their evolutions because you just evolve, kick out, but before you start evolving, right, you crack that lucky egg. You got 30 minutes, and so you crack the lucky egg, evolve, kick out, evolve, kick out. You keep going, and I'd love the EVs because if I messed it up by count, and I was done with my evolutions, and I still had time on the clock, I could then start over with the EVs, taking them up. Well, they're not EVs. Dang it. Pidgeys, they're taking them up to the next level, right? So it takes more candy, but
yeah, Pidgey, Caterpie, Weedle, all of those are 12 candy evolutions.
And never be afraid to pop that lucky egg that you have it. Don't save it for later, type of deal, because you need it. So yeah, try to, if you can, definitely try to coordinate your friend advancements. But if you're going to go into a big raid, if you're going to go out on community day and really play it, so 30, 40 minutes of community day, it lasts 30, but whatever, for the egg. You're going to go out and really put an hour in, pop that lucky egg and catch as many of those Pokemon as you can.
And Shiftworks points out to even make those evolutions better. Spotlight hours on Tuesdays, they have a rotating bonus on the spotlight hours, and some of those bonuses are double experience for evolutions. And so you could do what Charles was saying, do an evolution session during a lucky egg during a spotlight hour so that you're getting multiplicative bonuses. So you're getting quadruple experience for those evolutions.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to put a little bit of, if you have it, put a little bit of money in. You don't really, to me, it's just not worth it to pay to advance yourself, but it's definitely worth it to be able to get a few remote raid passes or whatever floats your boat. Every once in a while, when Joe and I first started out going to Pokemon Go Fest, and some other stuff, we had to re-up our Pokeballs or different things because it wasn't quite like it is today where you can spend. If you go to a community day or festival of any kind, you're not going to run out of Pokeballs, right? Because you're going to spend enough to replenish more than what you're putting out. But yeah, that's the quick and dirty. So there you go. We got one other. But thanks, Strauss Thomas 80 for coming in, because 79 others beat you to it. But we appreciate the question, and we'll help you stick around and listen to us for a while. Ed B, boy, that's just a letter B. I don't know. Writes in and says, I would like to see toxicity. And at first I read that as toxicity. I'm like, oh man, what's he going to talk about here? Toxic communities? What? But toxicity, which I believe you've mentioned in the past, Joe. This would be cool to see, and we could use them in our homes. And they could power your house. You would even save money. P.S. Toxicity is not in Pogo.
That is correct. It's from Generation 8. It's from Sword and Shield. And I have never played with this particular Pokemon. But, yeah, he's a character. He's like an electric punk. Well, he's the punk Pokemon. So he's a punk. He's Punky Brewster.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back in just a minute.
Dun, dun,
Clear
dun.
out my Pokebag so I can do something. There was something I was going to do that I can't do now.
Do the thing, Charles. Do it.
I know what that says.
It says, do it. Just do it.
All right, you ready to come back in?
Yeah. Pick up. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Cut off. I was gonna mix in one more, but Joe got it live. So all right, there we go. We're back in. Yeah, I might need to just not get rid of this board, but sell this board, put in a basic board, and put my DJ board right next to it, so I could remix some of the stuff.
You should ask Dennis what he's got set up with all of his different sound bites that he uses for botched.
I think he told me at one point it's not as nice as my Rodecaster Pro. Actually, it might be my Rodecaster Pro. You can have a lot. You can have a lot of sounds on that thing. But let's see. Okay, so we did a discussion. Joe, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Did you not understand what?
You know what?
5 speak pipes. We got 5 speak pipes at the end of the show, which is the only part of the show I care about.
You failed last week. You told me you were going to complain about the number of sources that I had. I didn't hear it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like you don't hear when I say we're good. We're good on. Oh no. Okay, there's another. No, we're really. Oh no, there's another one. You're like an Italian mom trying to feed me with headlines, man. I'm full. I'm good.
An Italian mom trying to feed me.
So Avatar items inspired by Team Skull. I did try and kind of find this interesting, but they just want money for it. But Team Skull. You're doing the Team Skull dance.
Oh, Team Skull.
It's so dumb.
Well, and
the dance is so dumb. Like it's just a GIF that runs over and over, and it's like bleh.
The last few years for Dragon Con, people have loved dressing up as Team Skull, so I've been seeing that quite a bit as well.
And they're in the new Sun and Moon games, the newest games.
New, yeah.
I just hate that emotion's repeating over and over again. So you can get pants and tank tops, but you have to pay for everything. Like it's coins in the game. I failed to see a free anything from Team Skull, which is okay. That's quite all right. I was not going to get it because I'm not going to put coins on Avatar items. What about you, Joe? Are you excited about Team Skull?
I mean, I haven't changed my Avatar's clothes in like 5 years, so I'm super excited.
I get really random moments where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna change everything up today, and then I do, and then it stays for a while, and then randomly again I do it. Now this looks like Grape Ape is coming to the game. Love that cartoon from the 70s. It's highly identify with him and when I ride in small cars. Sustainability Week 2022. If you don't know who Grape Ape is, kids, YouTube that because it is one of the greatest nostalgic cartoons ever. Because I can't say I've watched it in the last 10 years. But I love Grape Ape. Cherubi Oranguru, time research and more. And that must be Oranguru. Oren. We'll just call him Oren. Be easy. Old Oren is going to join us. So he's not orange. So I don't know why it's Oranguru.
It's an orangutan.
Ish. I mean, I guess.
It's differently colored, but that's what it is.
Our show is ending, apparently.
Bum, bum, bum.
There we go. Helps if I mute all the channels I'm supposed to mute. All right. So it looks more, honestly, it does look more gorilla-esque than it does orangutan-esque to me in the way they drew it. But it is a purple orangutan with a turnip seed and flowers attached to it. So what do you got here on this one? Tell me more.
Yeah. I mean, he's awesome.
You don't know it at all, do you?
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with this Pokemon, to be honest, and so I'm not hyped for it probably because of that. But I mean, Shiny Cherubi is cute.
It's still red. I don't understand the difference. This is a pale red, so a bright red. What's the difference?
Yeah. But Cherubi's cute, so it's Cherubi.
So cute. Stars. The Cherubimeister.
But it's not just brighter red. It's almost like an orange red.
You know, I don't have a shiny Turtwig yet, and that's coming out with this. I do have a shiny Trubbish, I think. Do I have a shiny?
I have
Trubbish?
I have a bunch of shiny Turtwig.
I'm trying to remember because some of them have Alolan forms. I don't know. I had the Rainbow Grimer. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Ferroseed. You know, I never got a shiny Ferroseed either. So that would be something I could kind of keep my eye out for during the wild encounters.
And if you're
And
lucky, you might encounter.
a Venusaur.
And it has the shiny next to it, so that would be super crazy if you ran into a wild shiny Venusaur. Cool.
Yeah. What about Phantom? Just randomly
coming back.
Yeah, I kind of dig. I dig it. I was looking the other day. I was like, hey, I need to see if I was looking at Phantom. I was like, I need to see if I need to evolve that, or if it even evolves. I don't know.
It does evolve. I haven't evolved mine, but it does.
I don't think I've evolved mine either. Free bundle, you'll get a Mossy Lure module. Nice. And then those who are attracted to it are Gloom, Weeping Bell, Chikorita, Grotle, Cherubi, and Sawaddle. And you could possibly find a shiny Chikorita and shiny Cherubi. And if you're luckily, you'll get a shiny Alolan Diglett, a Blossom, and a shiny Nincada. I don't think I got a shiny one of those either.
I think I do.
And then you got research tasks. I have when the odds are okay. Out of 6 in the research task encounters, 4 are possibly shiny. Just Chespin and Phantom are not. Then you'll get Mega Abomasnow, Mega Venusaur Energy, and 2x XP. So
sweet. And talking about you mentioned the bundles. I remembered hearing Dennis talk in this last episode that if you wait on the free daily box, it's better in the evening. And I didn't check it. I should have checked it in the morning. But looking at it right now, it's coming with a super incubator and 6 rare candies. I think I'm going to wait until the evening to collect this all the time. That's one of the best ones I've seen in a long time.
Now I check out the other day. I happened to check because I was in the game, whatever, and I happened to check, see what's going on. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's your box, and it was, man, I can't find a good, unless you're tight to take in against this person. And I did look at it. It was not great. It was whatever in the morning, and then I forgot to check it after 4 o'clock. So, but it was a regular incubator and a few candies or something. I mean, it was definitive. Like, okay, it's free. But if I didn't know to check again, it was like, oh, okay, that's a free box. That's cool. But knowing that I could check, like, I'm gonna go right now to the shop and go to daily free box. Yeah, I got 2 rare candies, 2 King's Rocks, and 3 premium battle passes.
Whoa!
That's what I'm getting out of my box right now. That was a free box.
They're like, Charles, we notice you haven't PvP'd in a while. Get to it.
Yeah. Now I gotta upgrade. I gotta not upgrade my bag, but empty my bag.
You're like, I don't upgrade that. I just throw stuff away.
Yeah.
I remember that one time when you threw away a bunch of rare candy.
That was an accident. That was an accident. I didn't realize I wasn't loading it up on a Pokemon. But that's the thing, and I know it used to drive Brian a bit crazy when he was on, because rare candies at the time were very rare. But I'm sitting on almost 180 rare candies right now.
Well, if you dump those into a Pokemon, that'll clear up a bunch of bag space.
No, that's exactly what I do now. Is I go in and find a Pokemon that needs 50 or so candies to evolve, and just dump a bunch of rare candy into them, and then evolve them and get something I need in my evolutional decks.
Well, you could keep saving them up until next weekend, since the Community Day Pokemon next weekend, Stufful is going to take 400 candies.
Yeah.
You gotta stuff that Stufful with candies.
It's not Chicago Pizza, Joe.
It's true.
This is from Self Road by user Charmander Char. The nearby radar needs to be improved for players with extensive dexes. And Joe, you have an extensive deck. I'm going to do the TLDR here, because that's who I am. Lack of control on the nearby radar disadvantages longtime players with extensive dexes, as it makes finding potentially rarer spawns harder since they get swallowed by all the other common spawns around them. So essentially, they want to filter it out by distance filter, or 2K, 10K, those kind of things. Type filters and weather filters only show Pokemon that are like currently weather boosted. And I get that. We've talked about that. I want to say we've mentioned that in the past. Somebody here on the show has mentioned, let me turn on a filter that says only when I'm missing.
Well,
You know,
that's how it is right now.
no.
Yeah, if it's only what you're missing, it prioritizes stuff that you don't have in your Pokédex. It prioritizes the shadows.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, now I still see a bunch of crap I have, but yeah. But that so good. They have that. See, they listen to me. Now we can sunset the show.
That's
So
how it's
good.
been forever.
No, shut up, Joe. We can sunset the show. I've proven my influence over Uncle Hanky once again.
Uncle Hanky needs to have an intervention with you.
This is a great time to do a final episode because Easter Sunday's coming and Uncle Hanky will be at the dinner table and I can pelt him with my executes and then be like, yes, see? That's why I'm not doing the stupid show anymore. Screw your game, Uncle Hanky. I'm going home. I don't know. That got away from me. But what do you think, Joe? What do you think about changing for people who have a full and extensive dexes? What kind of filters do you want?
I would love to have all kinds of Snapchat filters for my Pokédex. All kinds.
What?
Now, I mean, the ones that they've got here are great. I would like to also have stuff like filter by pseudo legendaries. You know, I'd just leave that on all the time. Or filter by evolved Pokemon, or filter by just rarity in general. Yeah, Shiftwork says filter by rarity. They said that at like the exact same time I was saying it. And yeah, I mean, I've actually heard of people. It's been a while since I heard this. I mean, it's been like when I say a while, it's been like 4 or 5 years. But I heard of one person who had a secondary account that they would specifically only catch common stuff, so that their radar would show the rare stuff that they have never caught on that second account, and they would use that second account to find rare stuff for their main account.
I got you.
I mean, that seems like a complicated, a lot of work, yeah, in order to pull that off. But I mean, like we said at the beginning, play the game how you want to play the game. But yeah, they were basically abusing the mechanics. Well, they were using the mechanics in their favor to do that. Shiftwork says that he's done that.
Yeah, I was going to correct your language. Like, we can't say they're abusing the mechanics when one, the mechanics were there, but two, the game abuses us quite often, and we mention that almost every week about the different things they do.
My wallet is so bruised from this game.
Wallet. With shorter community days back, the bonus of having the middle evolution in parks is needed.
Yeah, they did it once.
One time is what they did. Yeah.
Hear us, Niantic.
Hear us. Hear Wyclef John. One time. Come on. For the Hop-Up Community Day a few months back, you could find Skiplooms in the park.
Yeah.
This is a great mechanic because they guarantee to drop XL candies. During today's Mudkip event, I only managed to amass 90-ish XL candy, but I was hoping to get a lot more. If Marsh Stomp had been in the parks, I would have absolutely been doing loops to grind them. Does anyone else? That is kind of how you grind it. You have to loop around it. Does anyone else have suggestions?
You got to work that mortar and pestle.
I mean, they ask if there's any suggestions to counteract the shortened days. In game currently, no. There are a lot of interesting suggestions here in this Reddit feed, but the days are the days right now. I mean, there's nothing you can do to get around that right now, is there?
Yeah. Niantic. They not this week in particular, but just this year, the last few months, they just been making a lot of choices that the community just hasn't really cared for. And I can guarantee they're hearing it and they just don't care.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's be out there for the full 3 hours, go to a place you know has a number of close, well, I mean, it depends on your style, but a number of close stops and gyms. So you can just make tight circles. Because I guarantee you on a community day, somebody, it might be you, but typically even when I've gone out ready to lure up a stop for community day, somebody else beats me to it. So all the stops will be lured up one way or the other. And I like to go to Covington, Georgia, because there's good half dozen to a dozen stops all within a few blocks, so I could just walk. And it's not a full loop like a nice circle or square, but a misshapen loop I can hit a bunch of stops and just keep going around. And they keep by the time I get back to the first one, it's at least been 5 minutes, so it's reset, so I can go in and spin it and get more stuff and see what the lures are doing. That's the only thing I can say against it or for it or whatever. Tapu Bulu Raid Guide is a nice little graphic that we have here. That for me is like, oh, okay. You know what my raid guide is for Tapu Bulu? Hey, we suggest you use this.
Punch it in the face.
Punch it in the face. But yeah, I don't really feel like Tapu needs a raid guide. Well, I don't know. See, that's perspective, right? I'm sitting here at level 41. Got my level 41 glasses on. My rose-colored level 41 glasses, by the way. So I'm seeing it through a tinted view from the 41st floor here. So yeah, I guess if you're under level 30 or something, this is a great guide. I do remember the days when I used to get those guides because I cared and I really wanted to work hard at raids. And now not so much. Now I just go in and like, hey, Tapu Bulu, I'll just go throw 6 random Pokemon at you and they're going to punch you in the face. Oh, they did. Cool. That works. What about you, Joe? What do you think about this raid guide? The rating of the Bulus.
Just
good joke. Good joke, Captain Goldfish.
Just throw some poison in his face and you're good to go.
Yeah, Tugas Rose says off from work, which is a decent area for community day. My neighborhood is not. And neighborhoods are not good for Pokemon just in general.
I mean, Charles keeps submitting his front yard, and it's not becoming a Pokestop.
So Tugas says in the last one I was off work for community day. It just wasn't inspired to make the effort to go out somewhere decent, especially with gas prices being what they are right now. I've been there. I have to have a reason that I'm out already, or that the kids, I can take the kids and go do it.
Think of the children.
Like, if it weren't for Joe and his hatred of children, I'd be taking them up to Tennessee for the community day and doing it. I'm going to go play with Joe anyway, because I prefer Joe over my kids, too. It's fair. And then Pokemon GO Maker, Niantic's next project, Patronage, is a social Tamagotchi type game.
Yeah.
But it looks like Pokemon, according to this one photo, that of course I'm going to judge everything by this one photo, it's Pokemon Go without the IP.
I mean, clearly it needs more flower crowns.
You know what? I thought you would come back better than you left. Apparently, that is not the case. So Niantic's next game involves caring for and breeding fictional characters. So the mechanics sound like it might be different.
So it almost looks like they took the friendship part of the game, like your buddy, and they just turned it into its own little game and added a couple of mechanics. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be doing a catch 'em all kind of thing like a Pokemon.
Yeah,
it is a Neopets market or vacant Neopets vacant market.
And apparently it has NFT integration. That's a big note for me. I don't want to do anything with NFTs.
You know what? I'm gonna take a little side note on my soapbox and like, Joe, tell me, how many games have you played that have NFT integration in them?
None, exactly.
Exactly. So I'm going to talk to you and everybody else who instantly goes, NFTs. Take me to church. Judge not, lest ye be judged yourself. Because I am so tired of hearing digital media creators come out and be like, oh, NFTs are evil. How about we just play a game and see what it does and then go hear us Niantic? Amen.
You want to know what you want to know what NFT stands for?
Oh, no, this is my church. You don't get to talk back in my church.
Newfangled turd.
All right. My point with that small rant is, who cares? How about we worry about the games? It's not just you. I wouldn't pick it. If you were the first one that says it, I would not have engaged you at all.
Well, I mean, even if it didn't have NFTs, these pictures, I really don't care.
To hate about this game, Joe. Be equal hatred. But no, there's tons of people like, oh, NFT. how about we just let it happen? Let's see where it goes. Let's stop being the instant. The NFTs are the Nickelback of the 2020s. You know, it's like, oh, as soon as you hear it, no, I'm sorry, Nickelback's got some good music. At me, Phil. At me. Um, so anyway, yeah, no, this is. It does seem like is very much a singular character you'll take care of, much like the Tamagotchi. And yeah, feed it and walk it and play with it. It's I can see people liking this. Um, well, I say single, but I mean you do breed, you get couples or whatever, and it looks like kids. Not gonna be my cup of tea. I'm going to tell you. My Magikarp can tell you I don't feed it often enough. So,
But you'll walk it till it's skin
yeah,
and bones.
I did. It's I got my Gyarados out of it. So, but overall, as a game, not I don't think it's gonna be your cup of tea either. But mechanics wise, from what you've seen, do you think this is going to survive, or is it going to go the way of the Wizarding World? Just nobody cares anymore, Harry.
I think this is gonna die. I am curious to know how many people are even playing the Pikmin one as well that they put out
Yeah.
last year.
Was that Niantic who did that?
Yep.
Or just in general?
No, it was Niantic. I haven't heard hardly anything about it. I mean, I've seen Rob Roberts post about it every now and again, but that's it. Hey, VOByKurt says he's still playing the Pikmin one. All right.
VOByKurt can't even play the game he's on the show about. He doesn't count.
Well, neither can you.
Oh, A2 Joey? Whatever, man. Whatever. So apparently, I was trying to find any kind of story that would talk about Pikmin Bloom. And yeah, just to give us an idea of the numbers stuff. I'm not seeing anything that pops out really well. So yeah, that's that. You know, good on Niantic for trying to branch out and bring in other streams of revenue. You know, here's the thing: once you start getting into a game and build a community, and Pokemon came with a pretty large community anyway, but there's a specific community around this game. So once you have that, then it becomes theirs, right?
Well, I mean,
and then you have show hosts like us going, "Hear us, Niantic," and there's problems, and they can't just change things and try new things because it breaks the franchise or it goes against the community and what we want. So yeah, sometimes you got to start a new thing just to test out some of your real world technology to see where it'll affect it.
yeah, but I mean, the hype with Pokemon Go was big enough that this podcast started 6 months, more than 6 months before the game even released. The first episode that Bo and I did together dropped. It was like Halloween, so October before the game launched, and it launched in July. So that's what 9 months, like 9 months. I mean, we only recorded once a month, but still, the hype behind just Pokemon in general is just huge. The IP has a big factor. Like
Huge.
if
the hugest.
I'm gonna real talk. If a game had exactly these mechanics, if you took out Pokemon though, this game would be dead already. It would not have lasted this long.
Our website sucks.
I agree. Our website does suck.
I think something happened and we had to move something real quick and take care of it. But we need to fix this. We don't have our Patreon easy to find on here. It's all the way at the freaking bottom is the links and stuff. Because I wanted to do something real quick, and
Take me to church,
no, I have that.
brother Charles. We need to fix our website.
We
yes,
do. We gotta fix this is quite horribly. But I've been thinking about doing this for a hot minute.
But anyway, back to the podcast.
This is the podcast. I wanted to play something for you, Joe, just to see
5 speak pipes. Oh
Yes, that next.
I don't think our website even has the oldest stuff on there. I tried to go back and listen to some of the older episodes once, and it couldn't find the media.
Well, that's crap. I'll have to ask Nolan about that. No, you're right. I went back to the oldest one I could find. And I hit play, and
I think
it's not doing
I think
anything.
it stopped working when we switched to Anchor. Is my guess.
That's possible. Let's see.
So
I'm gonna play
anyway,
this speak pipe. We got some speak pipes.
we
here.
got 5 of them. 5 speak pipes.
Now this one is from Back Alley Mike. So here, you know what? Let me get a quick refresh just to make sure it plays. And away we go.
Did you refresh the page? Is it playing on your end? Because it's not coming through to me.
All right, hold on a second. It's absolutely playing on me. You're talking all over him now.
Yep.
Okay, so something's been going on. No, that mutes my microphone. Something's going on with Discord because you couldn't hear me earlier, and I swapped it and went, it changed my settings. It looks like maybe it didn't because you can hear my microphone, but you cannot hear the audio.
I've been hearing all your other audio.
But that's not on the same channel you are.
Got it.
You are. And you normally hear when I play Speak Pipes back. So we're gonna try this one thing here. Hold on a second.
Now I can't hear you.
Something went awry.
Charles has de-evolved back into the rock god of technical difficulties.
I'm gonna take an extra minute. And download these and then load them onto the buttons so we can do that. So Joe, go ahead and do your trivia while I get this set up.
All right. You got to ask though.
Oh my God, you're such a diva. I don't even have time. So how about this?
Oh, hey there. My name's Tom, and I have a question for the King of the Frauds. Hey, Joe, what time is
it? It is... You fraud. It is time for random trivia. Yes, Shiftworks, it is time for random trivia. And today I am going to be talking about Oranguru, the Sage Pokemon. He is a normal Psychic type Pokemon. Like we mentioned before, he is based off of an orangutan. Its Pokedex entry from Pokemon Sun says it is known for its extreme intelligence. This Pokemon will look down on inexperienced trainers, so it's best suited to veteran trainers. So, yeah. Pretty nice. Oh, and I really like the Moon Pokedex entry. I'm going to read it too, just because. The Moon one says, deep in the jungle, high in the lofty canopy, this Pokemon abides. On rare occasions, it shows up at the beach to match its wits with Slowking.
That's not much of a battle of wits there.
Battle of wits with Slowking. And, I mean, we're not getting its shiny form just yet, but the main difference is it's white fur is pink in the shiny form. The name is a combination of orangutan and guru. The name orangutan translates as person of the forest. And apparently Oranguru has also been referred to as such. And it comes to us originally from the Pokemon Sun and Moon series. And it will be available. And Tukas Rose says, he's so cute in the anime. I haven't actually watched the Sun and Moon anime, or as my kids call it, Pokemon on Vacation.
I'm very disappointed. I just went straight to Anchor, and sure enough, our oldest episode is episode 155, where Brian leaves the show. It's so long, Brian, and thanks for all the Magikarp. Is the name of that one. That was obviously never the intent. I hope it's possible we have. I hope we haven't lost 154 and below, because that's a lot of episodes I've lost. But I do have the button set, so I did interrupt your trivia. So carry on, sir.
No, we're done with the trivia. It's time for the Speak Pipes.
Beep, 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 beep. All right, here we go. This should be in the order that they were called in.
Hey, this is Back Alley Mike here. First time calling in, and I was listening to the most recent episode of the Pokemon GO podcast here, support on Patreon. And I just wanted to share my method of getting, let's say, not strictly legal distance on my eggs in the game. Now on Android, there's a free app called PokeWalker. You can set up set distances so you don't even have to know what you're doing, and then it will notify you and be like, "Hey, I'm done walking. You should check your eggs." Anyways, here in the back alleys, we don't play by the rules. We do what we need to survive. And you know what? Stick it to the man, Niantic can suck it. Anyways, have a good one. Remember, take care of the people you love. This is Back Alley Mike.
It sounds a lot like Back Alley Cheeky Nashville. But Back Alley Mike, thanks for calling. Now it's like, Dennis, look what you started. Oh, I got me a walker from my kitchen. Now I put my phone in. Now we're gonna give everybody and their brothers gonna be calling in, telling us how to walk the Pokemon.
I just tape it to my dog.
But I actually that's a fun little app to look at. But anyway, here's the
Well, I think it's an Android app, so you can't use it.
This is I hate Kurt so much. I see his comments in the thing. This is from Devakate.
I'm sitting here listening to the podcast, and I just want to say, Charles, that is absolutely brilliant. Flower kraut. Sounds delicious.
The rest of these are all Devo.
Hey, Charles, your comment about Chansey wearing a flower kraut, it being a mistype, you are correct. Matter of fact, I caught my first Chansey wearing a flower this event last night. Storms were rolling across central Missouri, and it was hailing outside. So you're pretty close there, actually. So hell. I guess it's not the same. Sometimes.
What the hell is going on?
All right, you guys and the picking up on the little things. This is great.
Still listening to the podcast, and I feel a little sad for Dennis right now that never have eaten at a Waffle House. When I was in college, we went to Atlanta for a broadcasting conference. Every exit on the highway seemed to have a Waffle House.
Yep.
I'd never eaten at a Waffle House before. Delicious. Loved it. I still love them to this day. Comfort food at its best. They finally made it to Missouri, and I'm really happy about that, actually. So I would say two of the best things that come out of Georgia, Coca-Cola and Waffle House. Well, there's other things too, but those are the ones that come to mind because I'm hungry.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I once heard Waffle House described as redneck hibachi.
You know, that's not a horrible description of it.
And for a second, I was like, how is he not eating at Waffle House? We all stopped and ate at Waffle House after you picked up Hugh, that first Dragon Con, and then I realized that the botched guys weren't there yet.
Nope, they don't typically fly in, not together like that. I did get Dennis from the airport last year, and Phil as well. But yeah, Dennis, if you have me pick you up again this year, we're going to the Waffle House. And this is the last one from Diva Side. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna take a random guess that he's still listening to the podcast.
Hey, this question is for Joe. So I was in here playing Pokemon, waiting for my son, and after I caught, I think it was a hippie Chansey, flower kraut Chansey. There's this little kind of mist, kind of almost like I can't explain it, like kind of like a wisp that comes up after you catch it. And I've seen this several times. I've tried to search it. I've tried all kinds of search terms, and I really can't seem to find anything. What does this signify? I'm stumped, and I just appreciate if your vast knowledge could come up with an answer for me. Thanks, man.
Are you gonna say Chansey farted?
No, I got one better. Your Pokemon charted. Chansey 40, Jordan. Come on. Jordan. Tell that to your 3-year-old. Come on. So what is the Willow and the Wisp there?
I'm not sure what he's referring to be honest. So I'll have to look this week and pay attention when I catch Chansey's to see if I can tell what the little wisp is. Unless you're talking about on this screen. So if you're looking at your Pokemon bag, there's the little blue outline around it, and that's just recently caught Pokemon. I think within the last 24 hours. So see how it stops here on mine at Pick-a-Peck, and then there's Tapu Bulu.
I don't think Diva
I'm not sure if that's the wisp that he's talking about, but
I would not describe the blue dot. That is the oh my God, the photos you got in the 90s where all the women got stupid makeup and big hair and glamour shots. The glamour shot background for Pikachu is not, I don't think, what he's talking about there.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to pay attention because he specifically mentioned Chansey, so I'll have to see what's going on there.
Check that out. All right, Joe, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for calling. Back alley Mike, good to hear from you. I appreciate you calling in. And Devo, absolutely the same. Appreciate you calling in and taking care of some business and entertaining us for a few minutes here. It was great. Next time I'm in misery, I will swing by and talk to you because, like, you know, the state's the size of Atlanta. It's just very easy to run into people that way, I'm sure. Email us, show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. We'd love to hear from you. SpeakPipe, as you heard tonight, SpeakPipe is PokemonGoPodcast.com. There's a nice little button on the right-hand side of the screen. That does work. I did see it on our crappy website, and that's not at the top of my list, man. We got to get that fixed.
Just throw a flower crown on it. It'll be all right.
You know what? Reddit.r/Pokemon Go Podcast is where you can give Joe all the downvotes on his flower crown.
Hey, we need a discussion for next week.
All right, here's your discussion. How many downvotes can we get Joe every time he says flower crown? That's the discussion.
Where would they be downvoting? I don't understand.
On Reddit. That's how it works.
Oh.
Twitter at Pokemon Go Pod. Twitch.tv is twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast. We can join all kind of awesome people, such as OX2, Oniva, Academy Impossible, Alien Gathering, Botch Podcast, LEP, Now this one I would
Mitsu.
Yeah. Nintendo Switch XL, Shiftworks, Sound Alert, Squishy to the Twitchy, Stream Elements, Toga Throws 27, and VOByKurt. There's all there. And Joe, did you think of a discussion to come up with?
Yeah. Who is your favorite monkey/ape Pokemon?
All right. That's a better one. I thought of something earlier and then I forgot it. And that's kind of been happening to me a little bit lately. Just not locking in a thought or writing it down or whatever. And then it fleets. But I like that. Who is your favorite monkey Pokemon? All right. I'm putting that in the notes so I can go back and copy it later. Joe, where can they find you on the web?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. Embrace that underscore.
And you can find me at Rock Out of Pod or Charles McFall on pretty much all social media. Check out We Are One EMS. I've really gotten into a groove, and I'm doing a lot more videos on TikTok, and then I put them out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and sometimes on Twitter. Twitter's niche, man. Oh, we can only do 104 characters. That sets us apart. Well, that means we're going to do 140 seconds. I'm sorry. If you don't give me 3 minutes like TikTok, I ain't going to do it. It's hard enough for me to cram my ideas in the 3 minutes. Anyway, all there. And then a week, well, as of this recording, a week from Saturday, you can find me in Chattanooga getting diabetes from Slurpees as Joe and I hang out for a few hours that day and have fun with the community today. Tune in next week to hear Joe say.
If you want to make changes to Twitter in the near future, you might have to start adding Elon Musk.